Hello YouTube. Well, officially, kind of mostly, the wall is actually done now. I do got to put in some clips to hold up the wires. I just don't have the proper mounting clips for them right now, but it's all rewired. Wiring's good, everything works. We're moving the treadmill over. Everyone's gonna just love my super sexy dollar store curtains. That's right, big money, $4. So a grand total of $8 for my curtains, and my curtain rod is black pipe. Because one, I like the look. Two, if I ever get sick of this place, I can just hook it up to the water lines. I did spray it with a clear coat to give that lustrous, long time sheen of black pipe forever. But got a hydro drop there. We're going to be putting the treadmill in right there. Built a little shelf right here, which the shelf fits DVDs. I'll let you guys guess what's going to go on the top of this shelf, and maybe what's going to go in that random space right there. That jumble of wires looks ugly. That's my internet connection out into my shop. Again, thank you, my favored private internet provider, Matthew, for hooking me back up after I dropped a piece of plywood and took out my own wire. Well, I was listening to a live feed from Passion for Hunting and Fishing, and the last thing I texted to him was, "Someone come and help me hold this plywood." Apparently someone should have showed up, because I dropped my plywood and I ripped off the internet connection. But what I ended up doing is just outside the back door, I now officially wave my arm enough times. Get out there. Oh, now it's because I'm on the internet, it's not going to show up. There we go. Hey! So I got a motion sensor out here, out the back door. That's what that plug was hanging down, if anyone ever noticed it. Steve from Corsair Trainers, I bet you noticed that little plug hanging in front of my door, wondering, what the hell is that thing? But, so I just got to do the seam work on the drywall. By me, I mean I've got to get my wife's aunt's boyfriend out here to do the seam work on drywall, because I don't drywall. There's people that do that, and they are way better at it than me. So just shy of a little trim work, this wall is done. I'm thinking I might put a shelf way high up in line with that bracer beam. Just a nice shelf that I can stack some Rubbermaids on, up out of the way, stuff I don't need very often. But I also might just stick it up with memorabilia and stuff. So I don't know. It's a nice idea in a lot of ways to actually be able to store stuff. But also, sometimes you just collect a bunch of cool stuff and you need to throw it out. The one thing I did want to mention to guys though is anyone familiar with this sign? Or something similar to it. Now you'll see this is the Trillium symbol on it. This is an Ontario sign. This is something I legally have to have for where chemicals are stored. Technically it's supposed to be on the outside of a building, but because there's a fire door, and double doors, all that stuff, this is okay, still legally. But if that was on the outside of my shed, and the fire department showed up, and I was on fire, and they saw that sign, they are supposed to stand back and let it burn. Make sure the fire doesn't spread, let the building burn down. Because I do store some chemicals, I am a conventional farmer. Well, myself, I'm more hippy-dippy and whatnot, but I work for a conventional farmer. I still do use some conventional chemicals out here, especially if something gets a little out of whack. As much as everyone hates Monsanto, and Roundup, used properly, a lot of these chemicals have their place. It's realistically when guys that do not have the training I have get a hold of these bloody chemicals. Because it's scary. I've seen some morons run with those chemicals. And you know what? Yeah, I would put those rules down too. Whereas if you got a guy like me who's had to sit through an entire damn day of just learning about one chemical, you lose your bloody mind. But I digress. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like I say, the wall's even more done, almost, than my last update. And I did order a new a planter box for the greenhouse. So I'm going to have one mocked up to see how it all fits. So hopefully in the next week or two, I'm going to have that done. And I can show you how that goes in. And if it works out properly, I'll order the other 3. And then my continuing battle of looking for more IBC totes will continue. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And, if anyone was wondering about what I was talking about in that section of the wall right there, a fully magnetized risk board. Me and a friend came up with this years ago. Bubba, well, Jeremy is his name, and we had talked about it years ago about putting a fully magnetized risk board so we could sit in chairs and move all the magnetic pieces with sticks. And my wife's aunt is an amazing artist, and I think I'm going to get her to paint one up for me and screw the metal up there, and I think it'll be just cool as can be. The other conversation we had about was making a magnetized chessboard, so that way, again, with the wrist or the chest, you could just play it and then play for so long and leave. You know, we could make Risk last 3 years if we wanted. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good night, and bye.